Find the exact value of sine of 5 pi over 8. Now 5 pi over 8 is not a reference angle, but it is half of a reference angle in a sense. So what if I had 5 pi over 4? That we could figure out because the reference angle is pi over 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a half angle formula, and I'm going to say that 5 pi over 8 equals 1/2 times 5 pi over 4. So let's take a look at the half angle formula. Sine of u over 2 equals plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine of u all over 2, and that 2 is in the square root as well. Okay, so if we're going to do the sine of 5 pi over 8, it's equal to plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine of 5 pi over 4 divided by 2. So the cosine of 5 pi over 4, the reference angle is pi over 4. It's in quadrant 3. So it's going to be negative square root of 2 over 2. So 1 minus the negative square root of 2 over 2. And that's all over 2 inside the square root sign. Okay, so this simplifies to 1 plus square root of 2 over 2, all over 2 inside the square root sign. Now this is kind of ugly. We got fraction within a fraction here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rationalize the denominator. So everything inside the radical is going to be multiplied by 2. So it's going to be 2, because 1 times 2, plus square root of 2, because we're multiplying square root of 2 over 2 by 2, then all divided by 4. And that 4 is still in the square root. So I'll simplify once more, plus or minus square root of 2 plus square root of 2 inside the square root sign, then divided by 2 outside the square root sign. Okay, now there's a plus or minus here, and the reason why is you don't know which quadrant you're going to be in initially. So the sine of 5 pi over 8, now 5 pi over 8 is going to be right here. Roughly it's going to be in quadrant 2. Because pi over 2 is less than 5 pi over 8 is less than pi. So that's how you know it's quadrant 2, is because 5 pi over 8 is between pi over 2 and pi. So that means our sine ratio in quadrant 2 is positive, so we're going to use the positive and not the negative. So our final answer for sine of 5 pi over 8 is the square root of 2 plus square root of 2 all over 2. Now this is a strange looking answer. You have a square root inside a square root. But I would encourage you to check on a calculator. If you do sine of 5 pi over 8 and you figure out this decimal, the decimals should be equal.